SOCKES, that's the way it is. I am the Monster Jammer KSG, and this is what it is.
Hit me!
Ladies and gentlemen, get into it! It's time! Man, you know.
Get into it, get on up!
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!"
Yep, I'm still mad as hell, and this is one of the reasons why, right here.
Republicans are making it absolutely clear they want to unseat me.
I don't think it's Republicans only.
I refuse to let them attack our values.
Values. She said values.
Can I count on you to rush in $10 before midnight to help me fight back?
You're going to ask a bunch of people that aren't working right now, you're going to ask them for $10. So why don't you do this, Nancy? That $25 million that you gave to the Kennedy Center, go get it back if you need it so desperately. But you're going to ask the American people, your people, probably more than likely the liberal left, for $10. When it isn't just conservatives, Republicans, independents, whatever it is that you want, that are not working and are probably going hungry somewhere. Democrats are also suffering also. So what kind of, come on, man, stop it. Just say it simply. People on the left, just like Nancy Pelosi, do not care anything about you. As I've always claimed in my other videos, that they always have an agenda, they have something up their sleeve, especially her. Just yesterday, Trump made a decision to stop all immigration, okay? Not a big deal. This is a good time to do so. I'm sure it's not a permanent thing. However, you got sheeple, of course, that have an argument on that, okay? Now, Deplorable TD, my man Deplorable TD, shout out to you, put out another tweet yesterday, and he responded to someone else's tweet, someone by the name of Andrea Mitchell. And she says, how can he justify stopping all immigration globally because of the pandemic? At the same time, he's suggesting it's safe for states to start going back to work by May 1st or sooner. So Deplorable TD responds to her by saying this: how can you justify bringing in immigrants when we are told to stay in our homes and in some states face up to $1,000 fine for being out in our car watching a sunset? That is so very true. That is so very true. You know, why not stop it? If we're locked in our homes or supposed to stay in our homes, why would we invite more people to roam around? Where would they go? Where would we put them? And who's going to be paying for it? Because definitely the Dems have a different plan altogether. You know, they're worried about everybody else but the U.S. They are. They want to give funding to Iran? What is that? I mean, seriously. They regardless of what the media tells you, they have stalled on getting funding, out to help people. It's true. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But the media will tell you that no, it's not true. However, I have pretty much evidence that says to the contrary.
February 24th, that's when the administration requested $2.5 billion from Congress to fulfill, CDC, NIH, and FDA funding to combat the virus and the potential spread of it. What happened right then? I'll tell you because I was in Congress and I know what happened. Did we vote on a supplemental funding bill? No. Did we wait days to vote? No, still didn't vote on it. You know what we voted on later that week? Nancy Pelosi, the only thing she would put on the floor to vote on was a bill to ban flavored tobacco.
Just to show you that Democrats don't care, Nancy Pelosi doesn't care. She has a different plan altogether. Here's this here. Democrats' big coronavirus idea is to subsidize health insurers. Really? Now think of a way to insure folks that may have lost their health insurance. You want to subsidize the insurer. Isn't that something crazy? Right here. Private health insurers' primary motive isn't keeping people healthy, but to cut costs, maximize profits, and deny coverage to boost their bottom line. Yet Democrats' big idea to help insure people is to effectively subsidize that. Largely reviled industry. Vox reported on Tuesday, Vox did, okay, that House Democrats are going to push for a bill to fully cover premiums for COBRA, a health insurance program that allows workers to keep buying into their employer-sponsored plans after they are laid off. Ain't that something?
Cobra, attack!
COBRA has been around since the mid-1980s, but the program got extra subsidies during Congress's 2009 economic stimulus bill when it covered about 65% of laid-off persons' health insurance premium costs. Still, lawmakers later found that wasn't enough to get people on board with the program if the costs were still too high. The Worker Health Coverage Protection Act would expand that to 100% coverage, both for laid-off workers and furloughed ones in the case of laid-off employees. These new COBRA subsidies would never cover both the employee and employer portions of the premium costs. In the case of furloughed workers, the bill would just cover the cost of the employee's premiums because the employer would continue to pay in as well. Now, goes on further to say, but subsidizing overpriced premiums just sends money directly to private insurers and providers without eliminating deductibles or co-pays. It also does nothing to help the millions of people who never had employer-sponsored health insurance in the first place. So it only helps those folks. How about, come on. Instead, Democrats could simply push to expand a public system like Medicaid, which would help cover people regardless of whether or not they had employer-sponsored insurance in the past, or they could push for an emergency version of Medicare for all, as Bernie Sanders and Pramila Jayapal are proposing, which would reimburse all out-of-pocket costs for all necessary treatments during the pandemic, without lining the pockets of private insurers. Now, it goes to show you that the Bernie Sanders plan of Medicaid for all, that was a big bubble. They were never, ever going to back it. And if you think that Biden is going to be able to do that because that's one of the things he's campaigning on, it's not going to happen. This is proof in the pudding right here. I don't trust the Democratic Party at all. I don't like Nancy Pelosi.
You, I don't like.
You, he don't like.
And when I don't like somebody,
They stay don't like.
I mean, here's further proof right here. I'm sure everyone has seen this.
We turn now to that $350 billion fund to help small businesses and its workers get through the shutdown.
It will be up to Congress to restock it.
But Democrats blocking that move this morning.
They asked for $250 billion in 48 hours. I said, well, I don't think so.
That's probably because you couldn't get your crap in there in time. If she was really concerned for the American people, she would have put a rush on it. I'm sure.
They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy.
Thousands have been forced to wait for hours at food banks all across the country.
This is
Oh my.
chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. We just got to restock the ice cream.
$15 a pint. That's what I've heard.
You don't want to eat up everything all at one time.
I can't do it much longer. I'm trying so hard.
We were, shall we say, enjoying.
Having to admit that, we're starving, and
I like it better than anything else.
Taping this segment, there are 22 million people out of
This
work.
specific program is about stopping job losses today.
This is hurting people bad.
Other people in our family look for some other flavors, but
Right now, it's survival move. You don't know where that next something else is going to come from.
I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented. I just wonder.
What a battle axe.
No care in the world. Definitely no care for U.S. citizens at all. She's laughing at you. So as I always say, it doesn't matter whether you're a conservative or whether you're a liberal. We are all affected. And if you think she doesn't like conservatives, well, you can pretty much surmise that she doesn't care about the left. Oh, she wants your vote, but then she'll get your vote anyway because they'll cheat regardless. So, does she care or not? I vote no. So while people are suffering, the Democrats are busy pushing back on sanctions for Iran that were placed upon them, because they're more concerned for another country than they are its own country. That goes to show you. It's the same thing when this whole thing erupted. They were more concerned as to not hurting China's feelings than they were in helping the American people. And as I said, we are all one people. We the people. Doesn't matter what party you belong to. We are all in the same boat now. So tell me, do you want to keep supporting them? Or do you really want to take a stand? Because that's what's happening all across the nation. Yesterday, here in Pennsylvania, people were taking a stand. I had my friends Tom and Carol. They went out to the protest. Unfortunately, I could not make it as much as I wanted to be there. There were a lot of great patriots and all kinds of folks out there yesterday, making a voice, taking a voice, making a stand. Not that down on one knee kind of thing, but taking a stand. They had things to say, and they went out and had to say it. Governor Wolf, of course, he decides to do an extension on the whole thing. When he was shutting down businesses, he kept his business open. I don't believe his business was an essential business, but he kept it open. It goes to show you the cretins that they are. I'm not afraid to say so. It's what they are. It's for their own pocket, for their own benefit. It always is. As I mentioned earlier, $25 million for the Kennedy Center, where people lost their jobs, got laid off because of it. Absolute shame. As I said, PA extends coronavirus stay-at-home order until May 8th. Come on, are you kidding me? That's insane. There's just a lot of stuff, in the works. Actually, here, this is a young lady, my friend Carol, asked her an opinion on something, and this is what she had to say about this whole coronavirus thing, and good old Tom Wolf.
Yeah, this morning we heard on the news that Governor Wolf made a decision to go back 2 weeks and reclassify the death certificates from whatever they were to coronavirus. And that's why it is peaking, that the count went up extremely high. They had to justify it. This is very similar to what New York did, and they're looking at maybe 3.7K of deaths that were classified as coronavirus, but then they really weren't. They're classing coronavirus for anything. It's really getting bad.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job.
Shame, that's what it is, that things like this are going on, and we have people that take advantage of it. Absolute shame. These are just my opinions, I'm sure I'm not alone in them. Thank you, Tom and Carol, for the photos. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. I want to give a shout out to my friends over at Twitter, Arnie Beiser. Finally got it right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your support. And all them other folks out there, that are just trying to stay strong during this time and just looking for answers just like anyone else. So the one thing that is essential now is a paycheck. That's what's essential. And these people that sit in their mansions, from Hollywood, oh my goodness, they're stressing out in $20 million homes. Nancy herself is worth over $200 million. Oh yeah, you're feeling the pinch. I'm sure you are. It's so out of touch, so out of touch. Every holiday season, we greet each other with different things. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. Now the new thing is, after you finish having a conversation with someone, is stay safe. That's what it is right now. Stay safe. So I ask everyone to please stay safe during this time right now and keep yourselves and your families well. It's the only way to go. Please hit the like button and subscribe. And also you can follow me on Twitter at the Monster Jammer KSG. I ask that you guys, once again, stay well. Baruch Hashem and amen.